Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, where the screen is visible or not, right? So Python, is my voice clear to all? Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation, right? Yes. PSF. It is a non-profit organization, right? It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community, devoted towards. So yes, you need to know something about Python Software Foundation, right? It's non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year. It was launched in the year, right? 2001. The main objective of it, main objective, right? To foster the development of Python. From version to version, right? To foster the development of Python from version to version, right? In the year 2005. In the year 2005, Python Software Foundation received Computer World Horizon Award. Computer World Horizon Award, right? Yes. President for this, the president for this, right? Yes. Guido van Rossum, the personality who developed or who introduced Python. The same personality is the president for this PSF. Guido van Rossum. The same personality, Guido van Rossum, right? The same personality. He is the president for this Python Software Foundation, right? And to foster the development of Python in the year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award. President Guido van Rossum, right? Headquarters, headquarters, right? Delaware, US. Official website, official website. Official website, python.org. Official website, right? Python.org, right? Yes. Non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001 to foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award. President Guido van Rossum. Headquarters Delaware, US. Official website python.org. Python, before I go with Python installation, Python versions. Python 1.x version. Python 1.x version released in the year 1989. Two point x version released in the year 2000. Python 1.x. 2.x means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, but first two version was released in the year 2000. The version what we are using currently, released in the year 2008. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python, right? Python 3.11. Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python, right? Yes. Python 3.9 is the stable version, means stable version, nothing but mostly used version. Mhm. Previous stable version. Previous stable version, right? Yes. Latest version of Python. Stable version of Python, right? And previous stable version, Python 2.7 is the mostly used version. So Python installation, the version what we'll be installing is Python 3.11, right? Python 3.11 version. Yes. Python installation. So before I go with the installation, right, let me show you. I'll show you from the scratch ground level how to download and how to install this Python. See, I'm going to the settings, apps, apps and features. Python 3.11.5. Uninstall it. I'm installing it.
If we have older versions, no need to delete. We can keep it, right?
Older version means Which one?
3.11.1 or 3.9.5. No
Yes.
need to delete.
No need to do it.
Okay.
So multiple versions of Python you can install, right? Like 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, 3.11. We have
Oh,
multiple versions of Python installed, but within 3.11, two versions you cannot install. But 3.11.4, 3.11.5, you cannot. 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, 10, 11. That's fine. So installation is successful. I'm closing it. See, in my system, I got multiple versions got installed. Check this P. 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, 3.11. Four versions are installed, right?
but you said we can uninstall the 3.11. We cannot keep it, right?
3.11. Yes, yes. 3.11. I have installed it.
Okay.
So now I'll show you how to download and how to install, right? Python. So the official website. So Python provides different softwares for different environments, right? For Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. For Linux, no need of any special installation required. No. By default, along with this Linux OS, we get this Python as a default, right? And but for Windows and Mac OS, right? Compulsory we need to install. Again, for Windows, we see like two softwares it is providing, right? One for 64-bit, one for 32-bit. If your Windows is 64-bit, you need to download 64-bit. If your Windows is 32-bit Windows, then we are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. How will you check whether your Windows is 32-bit or 64-bit means? Go to this file explorer. You can 64-bit operating system. 64-bit what? Operating system. Yeah, 1 second. Yes. So if it is a 64-bit operating system, you need to download 64-bit Python software. If it is 32-bit, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software, right? Yes. Right. So open Chrome, right? Open Chrome. What is the official website? www.python.org. Python.org is the official website from where we can download Python. Go to this downloads, all releases, right? Scroll back, see this, just scroll down to the bottom of this page. Don't go for active Python releases, just go for looking for a specific release. 3.11.5. So almost like just like 10 days back. On August 24th, right? It was released. August 24th, it was released. 3.11.5. Python 3.11.5. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, right? Yes. Windows installer 64-bit. For 32-bit, you can download this. For 64-bit, you can download this, right? Yes. Yes. Click this Windows installer, right? Yes. 64-bit. If you click this, your download is going to start. Yes. Download started, right? Yes. Python, right? You can see here 24 MB of size, 24 MB of size, right? Just yes. And for Mac OS, right? 64-bit universal installer, Windows 32 and Windows 10. Just you can click that downloaded exe file, right? Yes. You will get a window in this way. Just Python software size, 24 MB of size. Go to before, don't immediately go for installation. Don't immediately go for installation, right? Add Python to path. Yes, click here, right? Add Python to path. Go for customize installation, right? Go for customize installation, right? So nothing to select here, right? Documentation pip, nothing to select here. Everything are pre-selected. Say next. Here also nothing to select. So here the installation location to ask. So where it is getting installed in C, users, del, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.11, right? Yes. Users just app data, local programs, Python, Python 3.11. So somewhere it is getting in some subdirectories, right? Somewhere it is getting installed in some subdirectories in users, del, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.11, right? Yes. Remove all this. So users just before this Python 3.11, keep your mouse before this Python 3.11 and just remove all this, right? Just install Python within the C drive. Within the C drive, Python 3.11 means 3.11. A folder gets created. Into that folder, this Python is going to get installed. Just give C colon Python 3.11 and just say install. Hardly it takes 1 minute to install Python. That's it. Yes, setup was successful, right? Close it. Let us check whether it is successfully installed or not. So for that, at the bottom search panel, say cmd and type Python here. Whenever I type Python here, it should has to display the Python version. Python interpreter has to be open, right? Say enter. 3.11.5, right? And this three arrow symbol, right? This three arrow symbol, right? 3.11.5, yes, Python version. This three arrow symbol, you can type any valid Python statements. 4 plus 5, 5 into 7, 45 into 32. X value is 10, Python statement. Y equal to 20. What is X? What is Y? X plus Y, X minus Y. X equal to Ajay, Y equal to Kumar, right? X plus Y, Ajay Kumar. Yes, fine. So in this way, yes, Python is working fine. It's properly installed. Next. People who are working in the Linux environment, and if you want the latest version of Python to be installed, right? So if your Linux version is older version, you will see older version of Python installed. You want the latest version of Python, right? Just write this command, right? Type this. Everything we need to perform from the root user, sudo apt-get install Python 3.11, right? Yes. This command is going to download and install this Python latest version, right? Yes. Python execution modes. Python execution modes, two modes of execution. Two modes of execution, right? Yes. Interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode means here we write a set of statements. Here we write a set of statements within the editors or IDs. We write set of statements within the editors or IDs. And save it by using .py. Save it by using. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDs. Save it by using .py extension. Sorry. Interactive mode and batch mode, right? Here we have got two modes of interactive mode means just now I was discussing, right? We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement is giving response, right? Interactive mode means here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. We directly type Python statements on the interpreter and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Yes. So the advantage of this interactive mode, advantage, right? Yes. Advantage means to test the functionalities of Python, to test the functionalities and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, right? Yes. Yes. Means if it doesn't know about any particular Python functionality, you can type here and check, right? And for the beginners and the learners, this interactive mode works better. Batch mode means here, like other programming languages, here we write set of statements or batch of statements. We write set of statements within the editors or IDs, within the editors or IDs, and save it by using .py extension and later submitted to Python. Later submitted to Python. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDs, save it by using .py extension, submitted to Python. What are the various editors where we can write it? Various editors. So various editors where we can write the Python code and create .py file start. Within the notepad, you can write it. Secondly, like using edit plus, right? Using edit plus, we can write it and using vi nano notepad edit plus vi and nano. So this vi and nano for Linux environment. For Windows, this notepad and edit plus, where we can write the Python code and create a .py file. And what are the various IDs? Various IDs, right? Like that. So what are the various IDs where we can integrated development environments where we can write the Python code and execute, right? Like PyCharm, PyDev, PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, Jupyter Notebook, right? Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda distributions using this Jupyter Notebook and VS Code. So why you may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or because Python used for different environments for data science, for big data, for networking, for embedded applications, desktop applications, gaming applications, right? So different environments use different IDs. PyCharm is the mostly used one. is the mostly used.
Which I have one question.
Yes.
So as you mentioned here in the batch mode, right? Here we were writing set of statements and then we are executing
Hmm.
with the saving. So same thing like in C and Java also, which you're performing, right? So how it will be different in this case?
Yes, yes. So in other programming languages, we won't see this interactive mode. All the other languages, right? We won't see this interactive mode, only this batch mode. Means interactive mode advantage is if you want to test any functionality in developing the code and test this functionalities, and for learning Python, this interactive mode. And remaining like batch mode, just like other programmings, we are writing some batch of statements, saving it with .py extension. In other programming like .java and .c, the same thing, but only the additional feature what we see in Python is interactive mode as compared with other programming.
Yeah, but most of the cases we'll be using batch mode, but sometimes where when we do test for they have a feature of interactive mode
For
that we will be.
developing applications, whenever if you want to develop applications, right?
Mhm.
Interactive mode is never preferred. Interactive mode is only to test. For example, you don't know about any particular functionality. Type it in the interactive mode and check what output it has. So based on that, you can analyze it. Only
Understand.
for developing applications, this interactive mode is not preferred. You need to go with batch mode only.
Okay, yeah.
So PyCharm mostly used, yes. So PyCharm is the mostly used among all these, right? Yes. Okay. Just developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application using a editor, right? Yes. Example of an editor, Notepad. Open Notepad. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. See, up to now we didn't discuss anything about Python, right? Python fundamentals, anything. Just I'll take two numbers or two values like 10 and 20, and I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations. Addition, subtraction, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Yes. Yes. I want to perform more arithmetic operations. Just open Notepad and write this code and save it, right? Yes. I'm writing a separate Notepad file, right? Yes. Saving within the C drive Python 7 a.m. batch. So within that, I'm saving it as sample1.py, right? Now just save as sample1.py and submit this file. Save as sample1.py and submit this file to Python as. Now, how to submit this file means go to this command prompt by typing cmd and just type Python here. Don't say enter. If you say enter, it goes into interactive mode. I doesn't want interactive mode. This I want to submit within the C drive. There is a folder like Python 7am batch. Python 7am batch slash sample1.py. Say enter. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So just submit this entire file to Python, right? But here, what is your observation? Just I'll take 5 minutes. But here, we are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. We're writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. But to write and execute, we are writing the code at one place and executing at other place. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. We're writing the code at one place means within the notepad you are writing and executing at the other place means within the command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place, right? We have IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, right? Which comes along with Python installation. Using which we can write and execute. At the same place. We're writing the code at one place and executing at that place, right? But to write and execute at the same place.
Vijay, I have one question.
Yes.
Okay, when we are directly doing something on the command prompt, I mean Python, where we are entering just 10, 20, and either directly we can enter x plus y instead of writing a print, right? While in the notepad also we can do this way, just initializing x is equal to x plus y, x minus y without writing the print command.
No, you need to write here print. There directly we can, but here we need to say print.
Okay, in batch mode we have to mention specifically what we are doing it.
Every time if you want to print anything in the output screen, print is required in batch mode.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
So how we can write and execute the same place? We have IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, right? So how can we open that? Means IDLE, you can type here in the search. IDLE for 3.11, right? You can click it, Python shell gets opened in this way. Okay, this one. Otherwise, you can just go to the start programs, see all your apps, all apps, you can scroll down to the bottom. Python 3.11, the first thing what we see in that, if you click it, IDLE. So you can say IDLE in the search, you can get it. So here, this is for interactive mode. Okay, fine. But I doesn't want to work with interactive mode. File, new file. You can say, and here you can whatever code you want to write. X is 10, Y is 20, print X plus Y, print X minus Y, print X into Y. Here itself we can write the code. Here itself we can execute the code, right? Here itself we can write it. Here itself run option is there. So first we need to save it. File, save. Python 7 batch like that. What is that? Like that. Sample2 dot py. Run module, right? Now you can see and just say run module. And say like 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, right? Fine. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? So this is what you can write your code here, save it and run. Here itself we can write, here itself we can execute using this ideally, right? So this interactive mode and batch mode, two modes. Later I'll show you on how to work on IDs. Later, once we are done with a little bit of technical content, I'll show you how to run within the IDs. IDs like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, VS Code, all these IDs I'll be showing you, not on one or two IDs. Fine. You can see that yesterday's last 2 days demo videos in the chart. They are given and the payment process in the procedure, right? And don't forget to send the screenshot of the payment to this DurgaSoft online training. It's mentioned here. Yes. The contact details of this DurgaSoft online team. You'll be getting the videos of every session, a soft copy of the notes, assignments, tasks. For only Python, it is 5,000, 2 months. And if you want full stack Python web development, right? So totally Python 4 advanced application oriented modules, web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and the Django framework. And a project will be discussed. The course fee for Python full stack is like 10K. Fine. So yes. So try to get enrolled. Tomorrow the link is going to change, right? Tomorrow there you will be getting a new link. So already we have got 3 sessions we have discussed, right? So tomorrow you'll be getting a new link. So you need to get enrolled for getting the link to your mail ID. Just you can save that short, right? The payment process procedure, the contact details, and tomorrow, like next session, right? There will be a WhatsApp group going to get created. Yes. Any queries from your side, anyone? Yes. Okay. So get enrolled, right? for getting the videos, notes, all these things. So fine. Tomorrow the link is changed, right? So I'm stopping here. We'll continue. Yes.